We're in the month of Through Fire, man. The tour started, the album releases. The tour started on Friday last week, the Rockfest kickoff. Tell me a little bit about how much fun that show was to do.
Oh man, it was awesome. It was just great to get back on stage with you guys and play these new songs for the first time in front of an audience. It's a great turnout, just like full of energy, and it was a wonderful night.
Nice. You guys are out. The tour, that was the kickoff for the festival, but it was also the kickoff for the tour, and you guys are out. The tour's coming to Indiana tomorrow. You guys are out with Through Fire, you're Through Fire. You're out with Wilson, Like a Storm, and Stitched Apart.
Yeah, man.
Man, first off, Wilson is one hell of a way to band to play before you guys. But I mean, on a show like this and a tour like this, what is the dynamic like backstage? How much fun are you guys having on this tour, and just how does this compare to other tours you've done?
Right out of the gate, there's just like, and I think Mixie from Stitched Up Heart kind of puts it pretty well. She's talking about how laid back the vibe is on this tour right away, that she just feels so comfortable.
Awesome.
And I couldn't agree more. You know, it's like we're all, Like a Storm guys are some of the coolest guys that we've ever toured with. Like, it seems like every time we tour, we're blessed. We're always out with cool people, but it's almost like they just keep getting cooler and cooler. These guys are awesome. Like, we're immediately buddies and friends, like we're in the same band or something. So it's great.
That's awesome, man. The guys in Like a Storm are some of the nicest people I've ever met. They're just, I don't know what it is, but they're just, those dudes are awesome. And then the Wilson guys, that band is fun. And Stitched Up Heart, is Stitched Up Heart opening the shows? Are they the first one on the
Yeah, man, they're opening up the show.
Oh,
they're just lighting it up from the start,
That's
dude.
awesome,
it's crazy.
Man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then by the time you guys go on, I feel like those bands, they have the ability to just kick your ass, but leave just enough left over for you guys. And these venues you guys are playing, some of these venues are just, I mean, it's perfect rock and roll. It's a rock and roll environment. These venues are great. I mean,
no doubt. So far so wonderful. Yeah.
And the album, man, All Animal, it's out in 2 days. It's out on Friday. You announced the album on my birthday, which was like the best birthday announcement ever. I've had a chance to listen to the album a couple times through. Talk about a good sophomore record, man. I feel like the sophomore record it's a very important album. The debut is very important, but a sophomore record, when you have a debut as good as Breathe was, a sophomore record can kind of make or break you in a lot of ways, because the fans expect so much more out of a sophomore when they've heard what you can do. Is that kind of how you felt going into making this record?
I'd have to agree with that 100%. We knew we set the bar kind of high, and we really wanted to push it to the next level. We weren't going to settle for like trying to be as good as the last record. We wanted to top every single song. We wanted to top the last album. So it was just like, it was a really fun, awesome experience going after this album. So we challenged ourselves, and then at the end of the day, at the end of the product, we looked at each other and we felt like we accomplished what we set out to do.
Yeah, definitely. There was a lot of expectation from everybody on this record, and I feel like when fans hear the final product here in a couple days, I mean, they're going to be blown away, and they're going to love everything on this record. I mean, Breathe tackled a lot of subjects and a lot of personal things on that record, but I feel like with this one, you guys kind of take that intensity and that aggression, and there's just kind of like fuck you, in your face mentality. You amplified it times 10 on this record, and it's just like,
thank you, man.
Absolutely, man. I mean, just from the beginning of that, I mean, the lead single is the first song. That's a good way to start it. What exactly did you guys want to do when you sat down personally to write these songs and put this record together? What did you guys really want to do with this one?
Yeah, we really wanted to, we always wanted to make songs that we know and feel that people will connect with.
Sure.
That's probably one of the most important things that's always there. But it's, like I said, we wanted to just get to that next level. We want to sound like we're on the next level. We want to just live that. Like, if you want to get there, you gotta You got to think it. You got to do it. You know. So that was just like everything. We were shooting for the stars.
Right. And one thing I love about this record, obviously on the last record, the original version you had the cover of Lights, and then on the deluxe version, I think it was, you guys did the Jar of Hearts cover. On this one, you cover Listen to Your Heart, which I fucking love. Absolutely, man. What was it about that Roxette song that you guys? What was it about that song in general, and maybe that Roxette song, that was like, yeah, let's do that one? Because when I saw the track listing, I was like, is that song? And I listened to it, I'm like, yep, it's that song. And you guys knocked it out of the park, man. What made you want to do that? Definitely, man. What made you want to do that one?
Well, when we were looking for covers, we were kind of sort of all over the place, just not a real direction. Nothing was really jumping out. And me personally, I was listening to Roxette, and I went through like 3 or 4 songs and loved them, and was like, man, no one's really ever covered Roxette. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And so, but I kind of went through each one of my top 3 by then, and ruled them out one by one for different reasons.
Sure.
But then we found out later on that our CEO at the label, the owner, he had mentioned Roxette and a couple particular songs. And when Justin told me that on the phone, I was like, really? Like, and I started singing one of the songs, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, that's crazy. I was so thinking about Roxette, but I ruled it out for this reason, that reason, and that reason. And in that particular song, it was the he-she thing, because in the original it says, you know, he or she, and I didn't want to mess with that and turn it into her or whatever. But Justin had a great idea of just keeping it neutral, and that changed the game on that song for us. And overall, lyrically, we felt like it fit, like, in with the rest of our songs, and like, it says something kind of like the messages we like to give. So it was just, it all came together, worked out, and it was probably one of the most fun songs that I've ever recorded.
Right. Oh, hold on. I think I got a cop coming up to my car. Hold on 1 second, man.
Uh-oh. Okay.
What's going on, sir?
Are you leaving?
I am just doing a phone interview and going back in. I'm covering the game. Am I parked in a bad spot?
You're parked in my spot.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. It wasn't here when I came.
Yeah, I know. I had to go take care of a problem. I forgot to throw my phone out.
I'll pull around and get a different spot.
If you want, man, you can just park like where I am.
Okay,
I'm going to be here until after the game.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I'm going to be for okay. I parked in a cop spot. Hold on, man.
Awesome.
I might just keep this in the interview when I post.
Yeah, I'm glad that that's just all it was.
Right. Well, I also photograph baseball and sports, and I'm actually covering a baseball game right now. So I stepped out to do this interview because, yeah, why not? So.
Right. Man. Cool.
All right. So I'll park where he told me to until I'm done with the interview. So, yeah, man. I mean, that's just ironic that they were talking about Roxette, and then it just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah, I mean, it really did. It just kind of felt like it just was like meant to be. So.
Please,
all right, cool.
Please tell me that She's Got the Look is one of the songs that you were thinking about doing. Because that's
you better believe it. You know what? And there is a double irony thing to that too. It's like we just pulled up here today to the Forge, and I was talking about an acoustic song I was playing in the trailer last time I was here. I was saying that was one of the last times I was playing acoustic and really belting out. Because usually I play and I don't sing, or I sing and I don't play, but sometimes I'll do both. And I was talking about doing that, and he's like, what song were you playing? I was like, The Look by Roxette. He's like, no shit. So yeah,
that's awesome.
we talked about that when we talked about the what is it? Must Have Been Love.
Oh, I knew there was another song. I couldn't remember which one it was. Yes, I love Roxette.
Been love. Oh yeah, great
I'm not even going to try to sing.
Yeah.
Man, I've got to ask, because towards the end of the album cycle, mid-album cycle, there were some lineup changes. Grant came in, Kyle came in after the record was done, after the album cycle had started. I mean, how did that change the dynamic of the band when something like that happens mid-tour cycle for you guys, and what did they bring to the table when you sat down to do this record?
What did they bring to the table?
Yeah, well, I mean, how did they affect things?
Just as far as just when they came into the band, they both, immediately really felt like we had some little growing pains here and there with Kyle, getting used to him and having Jesse in the band at the same time. But just overall, right when he came in as a musician, he fit right in. He helped take us a little bit higher than we were before, bringing in his vocals. His harmonies are tight. And Brooks, he's the man. He's young. He beats on those drums. Yeah. He's a showman.
Yeah.
And he's hungry for everything in this game. Like he just wants to do anything he can to play and just achieve all his dreams and goals. And he's just hungry, and we like that because we're hungry too, even though we're a little older. So.
Yeah, he's got that intensity. He's fun to watch. I mean, that dude just slays it. I mean, that kid's good. I mean, yeah. Yeah,
man, he's fun to play with. He's one of the best drummers I've ever jammed with too, and that's always awesome being with their great musicians. So.
And I feel like with Breathe having come out July 1st, with All Animal coming out July 19th, I feel like July is basically, it's your month. It's like the Through Fire month, because both records come out in the same month. I know that's not always planned. But there's a few songs that I really love on this record. Die Sober, Medicine, obviously, the Rockstat cover, some of my favorites. But are there any songs that, as you yourself, that mean more to you, that you kind of hope fans gravitate towards when you look at it?
Let's see. What I hope they gravitate towards is whatever they like.
Sure.
Personally, because we gave them everything that we liked that we would hope they would gravitate to, and now it's up to you guys to pick your favorites. But my personal favorites that I tend to listen to more if I'm listening to it is like I always want to go to Doubt right away for some reason. I just love the sound of Doubt.
Yeah.
Like pleasing to the ear for me.
Sure.
And Die Sober too, man, that's one of my favorites, and that one's an important song because of the message and like that's my life, man. It's like I'm 18 months sober right now, so
congratulations.
Off the booze. So it's like it was just a perfect song. I can't, and I didn't write it. People ask if I wrote that song already, and that's like, no, Justin wrote that song.
Wow.
He writes my life sometimes. It's
awesome.
A perfect marriage.
Well, I mean, when you're in a band together, you're on the road so much together. You may not like hang out 24/7, but you're living with those people for so long when you're on the road. Especially you guys, you tour so much. I mean, after a while, like they know you better than you know yourself sometimes. I mean, it's just the way it is. But one thing I wanted to ask you is, obviously Stronger was huge smash hit for you guys. It kind of put you guys on the map as Through Fire. And you also used that song when you were with Emphatic. Is there any chance we could hear any of those previous songs down the road again, remade as Through Fire, or is it time to kind of leave Emphatic in the past and Through Fire to have its own identity now?
Yeah, I think the latter. We are sort of intentionally making a separation from the Emphatic days.
Yeah.
And trying to, because we truly feel like Through Fire is its own thing. And I know a lot of bands don't really feel that way because they're like, we've been following you since Emphatic. We support, we love those songs. They haven't stopped loving those songs, and we loved it. They haven't stopped loving those songs.
Right.
But for us, this is a whole new thing. It's a new chapter. We didn't really even set out and totally plan to completely separate from that, but it just, things change, and that was just how it started to roll. Once the name change came, it was from that point on we felt like it was a new identity.
Well, and there's new members of the band now too, so it's not. Well, I saw you guys with Emphatic. I think you opened for Pop Evil. It was in Kokomo, Indiana, at Center Stage Bar and Grill, like 2013 or something like that, I think. But Emphatic was good, but there's something about Through Fire. You guys have taken it to another level. It is not the same band. It's a different energy. It's a different aggression, and it's two completely different bands. And it's just, there's something about Through Fire. I remember seeing you guys opening for OTEP in Indy, and when I saw you guys go on, you started playing. It doesn't happen often, but I got goosebumps the second you guys started, and I just remember thinking to myself, holy shit, this band is going to be something big, And I always remember that show because that was a fun tour to begin with, but I don't know what it was, it just clicked. And it's really, really cool to see you guys like on the Octane charts last year, number 3 only behind Metallica and Highly Suspect, I think it was. Just seeing you guys get
Wow.
seeing everything you guys
That's so awesome.
I know. I mean, it's insane. I mean, seeing everything you guys have gotten and everything you guys are getting and doing now is absolutely amazing to see. You guys deserve it all. And dude, All Animal out in 2 days. Finally, the world gets to hear what I've been hearing. I'm so happy, and I'm kind of happy that I got to hear it before they did too. Cause
yeah,
I'm
man, it's like
loving
it's your own personal thing right
It
now,
is.
and now you're gonna have to share it with the rest of the world.
It is, and yeah, I mean, and I don't want to share it with the rest of the world, but I want them to hear it because it's so good. But I want it to be mine, and dude, I'm so excited to see these songs live. You guys are coming to Angola, Indiana tomorrow at the Eclectic Room. Dude, Brad, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Stay safe on the road. Have a great rest of the tour and a great show. And we will see you guys down the road.
Sounds great, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
We look forward to seeing you.
Hell yeah, man. We'll see you down the road. We'll talk to you later.